If you love cars, then you'll probably agree that there's no better way to kick off summer than with a classic car show. Well, this weekend, Irving Parks and Recreation sponsored the Days of Summer Car Show, and there were automobiles from every era, food, and fun. Here's a look.
Cars, cars, and more cars.
Beautiful weather, beautiful cars, great time.
From the roaring 20s to the rockin' 60s, if you love cars, and who doesn't, historic Main Street in downtown Irving was the place to be for...
This is the Days of Summer Car Show. It's a great event, first time event, and as you can see, there's a lot of activity, a lot of people out here.
Joe Moses, recreation manager for Irving Parks and Recreation, says a car show brings together people who love looking at cars and people whose favorite hobby is building or restoring them.
It's a 68 Volkswagen Bug cut into a dune buggy.
James Pike says he did 90% of the work himself.
Done everything but weld the frame together. It's just a Bug I took apart and used the front end off of it, the back end motor, all that, had the frame built.
It took him about 5 months to complete, and it's hot off the presses.
I finished about 2 weeks ago.
James has already taken his kids for a ride.
They love it.
But he's got one more thing to do before it's finally complete.
There's back seats that's got to go into it.
Back seats?
Yeah. See the back open the spot back there? That's it. They're on order. Just waiting on them to get here.
Sonny Hagan has owned his 1923 T-Bucket since 2005. It came with a 67 Corvette engine and transmission, but Sonny wanted a little more.
So in 2008, I took the whole thing apart and redid it, bored the engine 40 over. I had a buddy of mine that works at City Motors that did the boring, and he balanced the crank within 2 10,000ths. It's got 9.5-to-1 pistons. It's got a 292 501 race cam in it.
Sounds like a pretty mean machine.
Oh yes, it's ready for the road.
But if you know cars, you know this one also has a history.
Norm Gabrowski built the first one in 1950 when he got out of the service.
Grabowski combined the front of a 32 Ford touring car and the bed of a 1923 Ford pickup.
And that became the 23 T-Bucket. These are the original kerosene taillights off of a 1929 Cadillac Essex. The kerosene went in down here. There was your wick adjuster to adjust the height of your wick, a vented chimney for the smoke and the heat to come out, and they opened it up to light it.
The 23 T-Bucket was featured in American Graffiti and another iconic TV series.
77 Sunset Strip, and Ed Burns' Kooky drove it.
Believe it or not, Sonny's piece of Americana is on the market.
Well, there's only one reason that I'm selling it. My wife has had 2 back operations. The last one, they had to put a rod and 2 screws in her back. And if you notice, there's no doors. You have to climb in and out. And she can't climb in and out of it anymore. So I told her we'd sell it and get something with doors.
Sounds like a man who knows something about cars and women.
Oh yeah, everybody's happy if Mama's happy.
Attendees also enjoyed great food, and Joe Moses says that people curious or nostalgic about the Heritage District also came downtown.
The little strip of Main Street down here is perfect for a car show. It's got that old throwback style to it. It kind of brings you back to the days gone by. You know, and then you throw these classic cars out here, and it really takes you back in time.
The shop owners along Main Street love the traffic.
Oh, it's a very good thing. It draws a lot of people here. We're just excited at the number of people we're seeing down here today.
So shoppers could find good bargains, like this new line of children's clothing.
And it's just in time for the 4th of July parade. And then we're also going to be carrying the little tutus. And these come in small, medium, and large for infants up to preteens and teenagers. And then we're also spotlighting some of the jewelry.
It was a great day to be downtown. But if you think Joe's Big Grin is only about a successful event, guess again. He has his own classic car in the show.
This is a 71 Dodge Demon. This is my baby. This car here is a 2-year production car. There's a real interesting story behind the Dodge Demon. Dodge Demon is Dodge's version of the Plymouth Duster. And in 71, Dodge came up with the Demon car, and they had it for 71 and 72. Well, they got a lot of backflack from the church back then because of the Demon name. So in 73, it became the Dodge Dart Sport.
Joe's had his car for about 4 years, and he's put some work into it.
It was in pretty decent shape, but I mean, there was a lot of rust. The interior was completely gone. Had a couple holes in the trunk, and had some residents burrow through the trunk and were living in there eating up the wiring. So it took a lot of work, a lot of time to get it to where she's at today. The one thing with these older cars, they're never finished. You're always working on them. You're always seeing something you want to improve on it. But it's fun. It's time consuming, and you know, it makes for a great time with the family.
Sounds like he might be getting ready for the next Days of Summer. This is Cathy Whiteman reporting.
Up next for Irving Parks and Recreation, the annual Independence Day Parade. Brian Witherspoon will bring us the details later in the show.